You can see all sorts of videos on YouTube that show you people drawing these things in real time with relaxing music. But I wanted to show you the way I actually create some of these things. Now, I'll tell you this. While I was working on this, I was thinking, ooh, I don't like this. And notice that, some people, some of these artists on YouTube, they make these perfect curves and perfect circles, and their lines are all equally spaced. You can see mine are not at all. But the thing is that you'll notice once I get to the end that you're not looking at, oh, is this evenly spaced like you would while you're doing it, as you're doing it. You're looking at the whole picture. Your eye is going all around. So unless you're particularly going to look at two lines, for example, and see if they're even, you're not going to notice that sort of thing. Now, I was not real happy with how this was going. I felt like it was just too busy, but I feel like it turned out okay when you see the big picture. So, this is one of the reasons that I tell people go ahead and just give this a try. And the thing is, how did I decide to do these lines? Well, if I had curvy lines in one place, then I tried to put something with straight lines in the adjacent place. I just drew what I feel like drawing. I mean, I just, sometimes my hand felt like making a curve. So I made a curve. Or I wanted to do a bunch of lines. Or here, I couldn't think of anything else to do. So I did those little sort of swoopy things. And then I thought, well, it just kind of doesn't look like enough alone, so I'll put these little things. And I noticed that some of my lines were a little bit shaky, so I went over them and made every other one kind of thicker. And I didn't know what to put in them, so I thought, oh, I'll just put little dots in them. Dots, circles, lines. Those are always interesting to see. If you notice, though, I do repeat a lot of designs, like repeating these lines here. If you don't repeat stuff, it will look kind of messy and random, which is because it is messy and random, and it'll just be a bunch of doodles instead of kind of hanging together and, I don't know, just giving you something really interesting to look at. So that's some of the ways that I create these things. I have sped this up, obviously, and cut out some of the progress because the actual drawing of this little section that you're seeing during this video took me over 20 minutes. But there were a lot of pauses in there where I thought, well, what section do I feel like working on next? And in order for me to comfortably draw it, I was turning my page around a whole bunch. You'll notice that you're very often seeing it from different views. I have learned some things. For example, when I'm drawing these curvy kind of things, the squiggly ones to the left of where I'm working right now in the video, you'll see that later I go ahead and put more squiggles in there because when they're closer together, they tend to give an effect of something that's more three-dimensional. And I just like that better. Also, I don't like filling in areas with black because it just makes my hand tired. It's sort of tedious. I could get a thicker pen and fill it in more rapidly, but yeah, I'm just lazy. I want to sit here and work with just one pen. The pen that I'm using is a Micron pen, Micron. There are many brands of Micron pens. This particular one, it's a number 03, and I don't think it's 3 millimeters. I think it's actually 0.35 millimeters. But anyway, a 03 is usually a good one no matter what the brand is. It's just thin enough, not too thick, and The nice thing about these pens as compared to something like a Sharpie marker, well, two things. One, the ink always comes out very smoothly. You always have the same width of a line that you make, or a curve or shape, no matter how you tilt the pen. It doesn't get thicker and thinner. And also, if you pick up your pen and then you want to continue, lots of times with a Sharpie marker, it will deposit a sort of blob or thicker place of ink, whereas with this, it is always the same width. You'll see many times that I'm kind of going over and over lines. It's because I'm trying to make it sort of straight, and I end up kind of having a wiggly thing, so I make it thicker so I can fit in a straighter edge. And the thing is that while I'm doing it, I see that it's a little rough looking, so I fix it. Why? I just want to. But, I don't have to, because honestly, when you look at the whole thing completed, you don't even notice that some places are rough. So anyhow, give it a try yourself, and don't give up after your first attempt. Keep at it, and you may find it so enjoyable, just like I do.